Imagine scrolling through YouTube and suddenly seeing your favorite celebrity in a shocking interview saying things they've never said. But here's the twist: it's not a deepfake, it's what people are calling a cheapfake. Unlike high-end AI manipulations that look flawless, cheapfakes use basic AI tools to generate voices and faces that are just convincing enough to fool casual viewers, and they're spreading fast. Cheapfakes are everywhere: celebrities fake arguing on talk shows, musicians giving bizarre speeches, actors in scenes they never filmed. They don't always look perfect, but the speed and volume at which these videos are being pumped out make them dangerous. Some viewers laugh them off as entertainment, but others believe they're real, and that's where the problem starts. These videos are reshaping online trust. When people can't tell what's real, even authentic footage gets questioned. Platforms like YouTube are scrambling to respond, tightening their policies and labeling some AI content. But for now, the cheapfake wave keeps growing. The rise of cheapfakes is tied to the explosion of easy-to-use AI tools. Not long ago, making a fake video required expensive software and technical expertise. Now, anyone with a laptop and a few minutes can generate a passable clip of a celebrity saying or doing almost anything. These tools aren't flawless, but they don't need to be. Viewers are often watching on small screens, distracted, or simply not skeptical enough to question the source. This combination makes cheapfakes spread like wildfire. What makes cheapfakes different from traditional deepfakes is accessibility. Deepfakes rely on sophisticated AI models trained on hours of footage, producing near-photorealistic results. Cheapfakes, by contrast, are often cobbled together quickly with minimal resources. The lips might not sync perfectly, the background might look off, or the voice may sound robotic, but it's still convincing enough to pass in a fast-moving feed, where people scroll quickly and rarely fact-check. The appeal of cheapfakes lies in their viral potential. A fake clip of two famous actors insulting each other on a talk show can rack up millions of views in hours. Fans share it, thinking it's funny, while others share it out of outrage. In both cases, the algorithm rewards engagement, and the video spreads. For the creators behind these cheapfakes, the goal isn't necessarily to fool everyone, it's to generate attention, clicks, and ad revenue. But the consequences go far beyond cheap laughs. When enough people are exposed to manipulated content, it chips away at trust in media. Viewers start questioning whether any clip is authentic. Politicians, celebrities, and even everyday people may face accusations based on fake videos. The danger isn't only that falsehoods spread, but that truth itself becomes harder to prove. If anything can be faked, then everything can be doubted. This is why experts are concerned about cheapfakes gaining momentum. Unlike deepfakes, which have drawn headlines for years, cheapfakes often fly under the radar. They thrive on speed, volume, and plausibility. The imperfections don't stop them from being effective. In fact, sometimes the rough edges make them seem more real, because viewers assume if it looks a little sloppy, it must be genuine. Celebrities are among the biggest targets. Imagine seeing a video of a beloved musician making a bizarre political statement. Some fans will instantly know it's fake, but others might believe it, and suddenly, misinformation spreads through fan communities. The same goes for comedians, athletes, or influencers. Anyone with a recognizable face and voice can be pulled into the cheapfake machine. YouTube, TikTok, and other platforms are trying to respond. Policies are evolving to flag or remove misleading AI content, and some uploads now come with disclaimers when they're AI generated. But enforcement is inconsistent, and with millions of videos uploaded every day, platforms are playing a constant game of catch-up. The cheapfake problem highlights a broader challenge. How do we balance creativity, free expression, and the need for accurate information in the digital age? The rise of cheapfakes also raises questions about satire and parody. For decades, comedy shows have impersonated celebrities, exaggerating their quirks for laughs. Cheapfakes are similar in some ways, but the difference is scale and accessibility. A late-night sketch is clearly understood as parody, while a cheapfake circulating online might not carry the context. If someone stumbles across it without background knowledge, they might take it at face value. Some argue that cheapfakes are just the next evolution of internet memes, a chaotic, exaggerated form of remix culture. Others warn that the stakes are much higher. In an era where misinformation can influence elections, damage reputations, and spark outrage, even low-quality fakes can have real-world consequences. What starts as a joke can quickly snowball into a scandal. The technology driving cheapfakes is also advancing rapidly. Tools that today produce awkward lip-syncing and stiff voices may soon generate much smoother results. The line between cheapfakes and deepfakes is blurring, and as these tools improve, the volume of fake content is expected to skyrocket. What's cheap today could look highly convincing tomorrow. For creators, the temptation is clear. Cheapfakes offer a quick path to virality. Some channels are dedicated entirely to pumping out AI-generated celebrity clips, and they're gaining subscribers at alarming speed. For audiences, the attraction is the drama, seeing their favorite stars in unexpected situations. It's a kind of digital gossip machine, fueled by algorithms that reward shock and engagement over accuracy. But where does this leave viewers? The burden increasingly falls on audiences to question what they see. Media literacy becomes crucial in this environment. Recognizing the signs of a cheapfake: slightly robotic voices, unnatural facial movements, inconsistent lighting can help viewers separate fact from fiction. Yet, as tools improve, even these tells may fade away. Some experts suggest watermarking, AI-generated content as a solution, embedding invisible signals to flag manipulated media. Others call for stronger regulation, requiring platforms to detect and label fake content more aggressively. But regulation is slow to catch up with technology, and bad actors are always a step ahead. The cultural impact of cheapfakes may be even bigger than the technological one. They reflect our appetite for spectacle, our fascination with celebrity culture, and our willingness to blur the line between reality and entertainment. In some ways, cheapfakes are a mirror of the internet itself: chaotic, playful, misleading, and impossible to fully control. Looking forward, cheapfakes will likely evolve into something even more complex. They may merge with deepfake technology, creating a flood of hyper-realistic content that's indistinguishable from reality. They may also inspire new forms of art and storytelling, where creators use AI tools deliberately to craft surreal, fictional scenarios starring familiar faces. The question is whether audiences and platforms can adapt quickly enough to separate playful creativity from harmful deception. At the end of the day, cheapfakes are more than just a quirky trend. They're a warning sign of what happens when powerful tools meet the internet's hunger for viral content. They remind us that in the digital age, seeing is no longer believing. Every clip, no matter how convincing, needs to be questioned. And as technology evolves, the line between fake and real will only grow thinner. So what do you think? Are cheapfakes just harmless parody, a chaotic new branch of internet culture? Or are they a ticking time bomb for misinformation and trust online? One thing is certain: the cheapfake era has only just begun.